What's going on, everybody? You're listening to 91.3 FM WTSR at the College of New Jersey, and this is the weekly Smash Wrap, where we bring you stories from the underground world of fighting games here at TCNJ, throughout New Jersey, and the world. I'm Oscar Wildfan69, and this is...
Casey. Listen, Owen, we are here week 3 of the weekly Smash Wrap, and
That's
we
right.
have a lot of tournaments to cover, both big and small, running throughout the country. So, listen, let's get right into it. What do you want to start with?
What do I want to start with? Oh, there's something I want to start with, and that is... well, we don't have to get to that right away, but what we can start with is this wicked Rider tournament that just happened. Bronx Barrel Blast, Rider University. And if you don't mind, I'd like to set the scene for you a little bit.
Let's go.
So I believe it was quite rainy that Friday, or maybe it wasn't.
It was drizzling. It was drizzling for sure.
And the mood was tense. When I got there, I was playing friendlies with Menchu. I saw Menchu was back, and it's always nice to see Menchu. Menchu recently stepped away from the game a little bit.
Yeah, to focus on work mainly. He mainly just had like a busy work schedule, but now he's back. And yeah, he's been doing really well since then.
His first event back was what? Was it a retroop? Or F troop, sorry.
I believe it was F Troop, but no, he went to the first Bronx Barrel Blast of the semester, number 7.
That's right.
He did pretty well there.
But I was talking to him. I sat down and played friendlies with him when I walked in, and he said he was kind of nervous because he hasn't played the game in a week. He was doing like warm up things, like practicing like aerials and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
He was just practicing buttons. He was tense.
And you never see Menchu warm up. So
you never, cause,
you know it's really serious.
No, because his vibes are always just so laid back.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's just like nothing ever seems to bother him, and he's like the funniest person
Oh, for sure.
there. So to see him warm up kind of jarred me a little bit.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no, the tension was in the air as we continue deep down this semester of Super Smash Bros. At Ryder. There's been a lot of competition, so I mean the competitiveness is starting to flare up.
Definitely, because like even though this was a smaller bracket for Ryder, it was about 12 people strong, but it was still really tough because like even though some people went to Bears, we still had Menchu obviously, who's like insane, who's I think taking sets off Shineburst. We have EO Sentinel, even though he's doing a character lockout, but still tough cookies, and we had TFJ, and we even had Wob. So it was still like for being such a small bracket, it was really tough.
Yeah.
Like, these are some of the best players in Mercer County.
A lot of classic Mercer County soldiers, if you will, arrived to this tournament. So even though it was a smaller one, there were a lot of really great head-to-head matchups. So how do you want to approach this? Do you want to start with just the bracket in general, or do you want to go top to bottom placements? What's the move?
I think the move is we start with the bracket in general to build up to that low-key crazy grand finals.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's
Where are you
my
going to
take.
get started with?
Well, if we look at Barrel Blast here, we had winners round 1. That was interesting. Let's see. You got a tragic team kill on Meebo.
Oh, yeah. Yo, Meebo took me to game 3, bro. Real talk. Bro, his Roy was cooking me game 1. I went Mega Man game 1 because I wanted to play some Mega Man in bracket and see how good it was. I got kind of destroyed by Meebo's Roy. I didn't even know that Meebo had a Roy
I didn't
to
know
begin
either.
with, but he was honestly doing really well against my Mega Man, and yeah, I ended up losing game 1. I'm like, all right, I gotta enough dilly dallying. Let me lock in. I went Paladin and I won the next 2 games pretty solidly. But I mean, Meebo got the game against me, so I mean, listen, Tempo, you're not alone.
That's something like Meebo's been coming to a lot of these now. It's about time for him to pop off one way or another.
Yeah, no, he's pretty steadily improving. You know what I mean? And it's always nice seeing him obviously pop out to these tournaments and just have a good time with the crew.
But it's also too. It's like first of all, Mega Man is like a super niche and very hard to grip character.
Yeah.
And so like I bet it's so easy to get matchup checked with Mega Man too.
Yeah.
There's always that.
I mean, getting matchup checked by Roy is like Roy's not really a matchup check. You kind of have to know the Roy matchup, and I just kind of forgot to do my due diligence against the Roy during the first game. But obviously, I switched to the Palu and cleaned it up later.
Because Roy's got good airspeed, can outspace Mega Man, and can just get in. I think it can get in against Mega Man's projectiles so easily.
Yeah, I also saw that for your round 1. You got taken to game 3 by Poncho in the Cloud Ditto. Let me ask you about how that went. 2 Cloud players playing against each other. How does that go?
Well, okay, I'm not trying to defend myself here, but I will just say,
Oh,
not too long ago, I had an interesting, what's a safe word, substance experience. Without getting too explicit. And this weird thing is starting to happen where whenever I like focus too much,
yeah.
the room starts to wobble a little bit.
Oh, should you get this checked out?
It's probably fine.
I feel like you probably should.
You might be right. You might be right. But like what was happening when I was playing Poncho, I noticed the game looked fine, but the rest of the room was a little wobbly. And so during that set, I'm thinking, should I just throw this set so I don't,
Like throw up.
yeah.
Yeah.
But Poncho was also playing really good that set because
Mm-hmm.
he's been with the Cloud for a little while. He's been
Mm-hmm.
getting steadily better.
Yes.
And one thing I noticed about like Poncho's Cloud is that he started to do like real like cloud things. Like
Yeah.
he's been definitely charging limit more. He's
Mm-hmm.
actually learning to space his aerials against me.
Okay.
And I also think like something about Poncho, this rider too. He seems so much more focused. I don't know what it was, but
Nah, he
something.
seems stressed out, bro.
You
I
think
feel like
so?
every time I see Poncho at these Rider tournaments, he's always like on edge because he has to do so much as the head TO for Rider.
And on top of
That's why
that,
I try helping him out as much as possible. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Poncho, but like,
yeah,
yeah,
shout
he
out
needs.
Poncho.
We need to give him like a day off. You know what I'm
We
saying?
do. We need to give Poncho like an all expenses paid vacation or
Yeah.
something. We need to give him a spa
Such
day.
as a trip to Applebee's. If you know, you know.
All right, listen, Poncho. If you sit next to Sentinel at Applebee's, we will gladly pay for your meal because the
Wow.
the entertainment.
If I'm Poncho, I don't even know if I take that offer, bro.
No, if I'm Poncho, I definitely don't.
But listen, I've seen it all. But with how Applebee's went last night, I feel like I've seen it all.
Oh my God. Well, to not get too off topic, but anyway, anything else happened interesting? We had Sentinel beat Rider Tempo with it looks like Incineroar and Sephiroth.
Yeah.
Because once again, has had an interesting relationship with the game lately.
Mm-hmm.
Just today, he tweeted something about how like he's frustrated with the meta. He's been not playing his mains in bracket,
Yeah.
so it's been interesting with him. So he decided today, like he did I think last Rider, to do a character lockout,
Mm-hmm.
and this was his first round of that. He did pretty
Yeah.
good, 2-0.
I mean, in a character lockout basically means that you have to play a different character in each match or each round of Smash Ultimate when we're going through the tournament. And I mean, yeah, he got 7th place while doing that, which is pretty nice, but he did end up losing game 3 to Wob in winners quarterfinals.
Yeah,
And then loses round 3, and the top 8 he ended up losing to a Pokwa,
yeah.
which was pretty interesting.
And even if it's character lockout, at least as far as the stat sheet is concerned, that's a pretty good win for a Pokwa.
Oh, for sure. That definitely moves the needle in terms of his overall rankings, in terms of Mercer County in general. So, very nice dub for Poco right there, who finished in 5th place.
And to bring it back to winners round 2, so really winners quarterfinal, this was a small bracket.
Mm-hmm.
We had, this is something I'm excited to talk about. For the very first time in my life, I have taken a single game off EO in bracket.
Let's go. That's a dub. That's a dub for sure. EO is, I mean, he was the number 1 seed. He's one of the best players in Mercer County. So taking the game off him is no small task.
Even if it's his Wii Fit trainer, I'll take it.
I mean, his Wii Fit trainer's kind of been putting up numbers. I mean, he won the last Bronx Barrel Blast, right? With the Wii Fit, yeah.
Dang, I didn't know
TFJ
that.
in grand finals.
Or I mean, I knew it, but I forgot. I
Yeah,
was
you
there,
definitely
I
knew.
forgot.
You were there. You definitely knew.
But let's see. We had the TFJ Palu against a Pokwa 2-0, tough. See, you ran into Menshu. Unfortunate bracket path.
Yeah, I lost to him. He was definitely way more locked in than I was. I actually don't remember that much about our set, to be honest, but I think I probably could have won, but Menshu's just like a better player. So I just got better player, do you know what I mean? So it is what it is. And I also played Ace of Julian in losers round 2, who
Were you playing Mega Man against his
Yeah, I was
Bowser?
playing Mega Man against his Bowser, and I also lost. I think I went Mega Man 3 times in bracket, and I lost all 3 times. So my Mega Man's doing great. I beat him the next 2 games with Palutena. I actually almost completely threw game 3. I SD'd twice.
Oh.
But I ended up winning in the end, and it was we had a good laugh about it afterwards.
Now, in losers round 3, if you want to look at losers round 3,
what
we've
could have
got something
happened
to
here?
talk about.
We've been putting this off for a bit,
Ooh.
but we need to really talk it out. We need to do a little on air confrontational therapy here. In losers round 3, losers top 8 of Bronx Barrel Blast number 8, Casey, had to go up against Oscar Wilde,
That's right.
the person
The number 2 player at TCNJ right now.
right now. And listen, I won 3-1, but now without some controversy. So, what do you want to do? Do you want to take this game by game?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's go game by game.
So, game 1, it's Palu versus Cloud, right? The classic matchup. We go on PS2, and
Team Fundies, but not really for both of us.
exactly.
Like Fundies light, like Diet Cola.
This was a very close game 1.
Oh, it was.
If I'm not
last
mistaken.
stock,
It was
hit,
last
right?
stock, last hit. We were both at like around 100, and we were just kind of going back and forth. But a better player at the end.
Oh, this guy.
Listen, I just ended up clutching game 1. And I felt pretty good, but like it was a
Yeah.
really close game, and I didn't want to like get, I didn't want to put the entire set in the hands of my Palutena when it was
Yeah.
clear that you had, you're catching on to my habits with Palu. So game 2, the way it works in Smash Ultimate sets is that after you win, the winner picks the character that they're playing next, and then the losing player can respond accordingly. So what I ended up doing was I picked Bowser for game 2, anticipating an adaptation from your Cloud. And in response, you want to tell the people what you did?
I went back to my roots. I played Toon Link.
Toon Link, Bowser versus Toon Link. This is a very old
good for
matchup
Toon Link.
between the us. Yeah, no, it's a winning matchup for Toon Link. But my idea was I anticipated this coming, and I was like, you know what? I feel like with Bowser, I could just like brute force my way through Toon Link, and that's kind of what ended up happening. Game number
Yeah.
2, I believe we went on Hollow Bastion,
We did go to Hollow.
and I honestly
I
enjoyed
think
that.
you won with the 2-stock, right?
Yeah, I won pretty handily, I would say, because, Bowser, again, you can get caught off guard by a lot of the attacks that Bowser is throwing out.
Yeah.
And, I was very skillfully mashing forward air and up B shield like a true elite Bowser player.
I think definitely part of that matchup too is like if you're Toon Link, it's like part of Toon Link's strength is that he can camp Bowser, but then it becomes like you have to camp Bowser
Yeah.
because you even touch his shield and it's like
Yeah, and so I win game 2, and then game 3 we run back to Hollow Bastion, and man, he really, I could feel the tension in the air. He really,
that was good for me.
he starts locking in, and he really starts camping like crazy. Also, what was happening in the middle of the
Oh
set?
my god.
Dude, I just forgot about that. I just remembered that now. So in the middle of game 1, we were distracted because JD was Sentinel was on the mic, and I don't even remember what he was talking about. He just could not stop talking.
He wasn't even saying anything that funny. It was just Sentinel being Sentinel.
Yeah, he was just saying
just rapid fire.
things. Yeah, he would just keep saying things, and we were like dying laughing.
We were cracking up in the middle of the set.
in the middle of game 1.
I had to put my AirPods in.
I was like,
could
bro, I was
not do it anymore.
distracted. Yeah. In game 2, bro, I'm in the middle of like locking in for game 2, and I'm like, I have my earbuds in, and I'm listening to the new album by Larry June, 2 Chainz, and The Alchemist, Life
Yeah.
is Beautiful, which is a great album, by the way. Definitely would recommend checking it out if you have the time after this episode. While I'm listening to that album and playing the game, I'm super relaxed and focused. And then in the corner of my eye, I see TFJ hitting like the goofiest dance I've ever seen. I start cracking up in the middle of game 2, and my whole momentum gets messed up. I almost lose, but I ended
that's
up
too
stealing
good.
the rest of the game. And then game 3, Owen ends up like, he's trying to time me out here with all these
Yeah.
boomerang,
I remember
arrow
how
into
to play the
grab.
matchup.
Boomerang, jump read 4 there. You already know the drill. And he's also going to land with Zaire with the hook shot so he can combo that into a dash attack.
Yeah.
And he took game 3.
But then last game, so what happened then?
The last game, you had to pick the character first because
So I
you
picked
won
Cloud.
game 3. So in game 4, obviously anticipating the swap to Palu after beating me pretty handily game 3, you go Cloud. And so this is where we go back to the Palutena Cloud matchup, right?
Yeah.
And so
First of all, you took the lead very much out the gate there.
yeah, no, I had a 3 stock to 1 lead. I was like destroying you for the first minute of the game. I was dicing you up, hitting you with the extremely skillful neutral air into neutral air into neutral air into forward air into like air dodge read back air.
Well,
Just
then the thing is, like, I have to DI in too, so I don't want to get edge guarded. And then it's more
Yeah.
neutral airs. But you were edge guarding me pretty handily too.
Yeah, so
Like, I think you caught my double jump.
truly
one
most
time.
skillful of combos.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I mean,
then
clearly, forward air
start to-
cross slash takes so much more skill. Yeah.
And then I start to take my my foot off the gas pedal a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I think you started
lo-
getting nervous. You were like, I'm winning. I'm winning.
Yeah,
I'm winning.
I'm winning, and I'm like about to win pretty handily, and then kind of take my foot off the gas pedal, and then Owen starts, coming through with this, lame mashing back airs, the neutral airs.
Land cross slash on shield. Land cross slash on shield.
Exactly.
Works
and
every time.
Yeah, my second stock, after you took my first stock, my second stock disappeared in like 20 seconds. You like just hit me with a bunch of attacks. You were just pressing every single button. I kept forgetting that I don't need to go in every single time, and he gets the edge guard. And now I'm like, oh shoot, this is close now because you're at 100%,
Yeah.
and I'm at 0, but it's even stocks.
And the thing is, Cloud can rack up so much damage so quick.
Yeah,
Just
and
with,
you
like,
ended up
one
doing
opening.
that. You did like a classic forward air into cross slash. That does like 35 damage because that's a balanced
Of course. yeah.
combo.
That was staled, by the way.
it definitely was. And I think it ended up getting me to 100. And for the life of me, I cannot get the KO on you. I
Yeah.
can't get it, bro.
Well, that's what I do. Like, that's my strategy. Like, when I'm at high percent, I'm like, all right, time to just.
I
stand
hit you
here.
with like 3 different dash attacks at like 140, 150, and like they
No,
didn't
but
kill.
then I dash attacked you at like I would have killed you.
Okay,
but
okay.
Palutena has invincibility on her shield for her back air.
Yeah,
She does not.
You
need.
got a problem?
Yes.
But you got a backer with invisibility as well. You know what I'm
I
saying?
have a sword,
Bro,
My
it's
arms
even
aren't invincible.
more.
The shield is not.
Bro,
her
it's
arms
a
are
shield.
invincible,
What do
but
you expect?
It's invincible in places besides the shield.
That is cap. That is
Nope.
cap.
I
I'm
am-
looking it up right now.
All right, well,
Smash
you know what?
Ultimate.
This segment is about to wrap up, so you know what? Maybe we'll get into this in the next segment.
We'll
Who
talk about it
knows?
later. We'll get to it later.
But coming up, we're going to bring you the Ryder Grand Finals and Top 8 and the surprise winner, and more on that in a little bit. What's going on, everybody? Hope you're enjoying the show. Real quick, before we get back into it, if you're interested in following the host on Twitter, you can find me at O_Buck_King, and you can find Casey at CaseyNoah. And if you'd like to listen to the show after it airs, you can find the YouTube link on my Twitter. That's O_Buck_King. Thank you so much for listening, and let's get back into it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the weekly Smash Wrap. And from where we left off, we were talking about the Ryder event, and as far as I can tell, we still have some beef to settle.
Listen, you've been pestering me for
I
the
have.
past 48 hours
I have.
surrounding this powerful attack that resulted in my 3-1 victory over you in Losers Top 8
Yeah.
of Ryder University's Bronx Barrel Blast number 8. What's been on your mind? What's been on, speak for your heart.
I feel like this is some kind of trap here, but if you want to hear it from my heart,
What's on your mind?
Palutena, the invincibility on Palutena's back air is obnoxious.
I mean, look, I get it, I get it, but listen, When you look at back air, man, it's hitbox. If you look at the hitbox through ultimate frame data, you know what I'm saying? It's not as big as you think. And obviously invincibility is large, but again, like it's a shield, you know what I mean? And when you when I knocked you out with that shield, when I pulled out the finishing blow, you were still in the startup of your dash attack.
No. The sword was out.
No. It was not
It
out.
was slanted in front of me
No.
at a 75
You
degree
were
angle.
you were charging up to me, and then I back aired you, and the Owen is just visibly distraught.
I'm pulling it up too now.
Listen, on everybody's soul,
Everybody's soul.
on everybody's soul, but mine. That back air hitbox, that beating out the startup of the dash attack, that's fine. All right, it happens. You know, there are other situations where your dash attack, you know, your back air, your long invincible back air, that's way safer than my back air is gonna beat mine, and that's okay. You don't see me complaining about it.
Hold on, can we agree that the attack is should be like limited to the shield and arms? Because that's the part. Then why is it a giant bubble around the shield and arms?
Bro, imagine if it's like just the you know how tiny that hitbox would
she's
be?
invincible.
It's because of the force, the aura of the
Cutting
shield.
The air,
all right,
it's not that.
You're mad that
fast.
Palutena has aura. I get it. All right.
Are you saying Cloud doesn't have aura? That's so. Have you seen
No,
that man
Cloud
charge
has
limit?
Have you seen Cloud's back air? Yes, Cloud's back air has aura. That does not just hit through the sword. Bro, it does not. It has a bubble around the sword. That's how hitboxes work in Smash Ultimate. Everything has a bubble around itself.
Hold the phone. I'm pulling up the back air.
Nah, I'm pulling it up right now too. As we speak, we gotta pull the receipts. All right.
Yeah, you're right. That's pretty huge.
Bro, look at this. Bro, oh my god.
Okay, but it's not as obnoxious. You know what?
All
right, you know what? Fine, you beat me in the set. You beat me in the set. I'm still technically positive.
Trash. You're carry.
I'm switching to melee. Hey, next Street Fighter tournament, I'm gonna have so much practice because that's the game I'm gonna be playing.
Paolo's backer is broken. It's fine.
Yeah,
I get
so
it.
is Cloud. We both play broken characters.
Yeah.
There's nothing fair about Cloud or Palutena.
Yeah, there's nothing fair about either of these characters.
Well, with that little debacle out of the way, we had a very interesting winners semifinal / losers round 3 besides us. We also had once again Apokwa beating Sentinel, Lucina and Bowser Jr. That's going to be big on the stat sheet for him.
Yeah.
Apokwa. TFJ beat Wob 3-1. Tough matchup, Snake and Diddy Kong.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is a really good win for Menchu. 3-1 against EO. We fit or not.
Yeah, no, Menchu was really on a tear throughout the beginning of this bracket and was able to get the 3-1 victory over EO's Wii Fit, who ends up getting 4th place, actually 3rd place, after losing to TFJ's Villager in losers finals. There were a lot of wild circumstances in the top 8.
Just looking at it here, we have the 3-2 on TFJ. We have, first of all, so it was interesting. So first of all, Menchu was seeded 4th for this tournament, I believe.
SMH.
I know.
Can't believe it.
It's really
so
just
sad.
disrespect on his name.
I know.
And we'll see how he handled that.
Mm-hmm.
Because he started in winners final with that amazing 3-2 win on TFJ.
The big
Dr.
pop
Mario.
off as well.
You know, maybe we should even explain Menchu's legacy, because he had a similar prowess with Dr. Mario, but for those who are unaware, Dr. Mario is not a good
really
character
bad
at all.
He's probably bottom 3. This character is genuinely terrible. But Mark makes it work, man.
It's no range, not good movement speed, not the best frame data, terrible airspeed.
Yeah.
But one thing Dr. Mario does have going for him is he has really good kill confirms.
He does, yeah. A lot of like down throw into down B. You can combo the neutral B pill into very strong attacks like forward air and up B. Also, cape into up B off the ledge as well as a way to catch people's recoveries is really big. So Menchu has really been optimizing those kinds of combos in order to get these victories. And, playing against TFJ's Snake, which has so much longevity, he was able to get a Game 5 victory alongside a big pop-off after winning in Winners Finals against TFJ's Snake.
Oh, yeah. Because it's like, because the thing is, like, at our level of Smash, I mean, we're not quite at top level exactly. So, but one thing that makes Dr. Mario so good, I think, at this level of play is that, like, just one mistake and you're done.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And he's so good at just getting the right punish off. And, he ends up staying pretty in Winterside Grand Finals, but TFJ sort of comes roaring back, you know what I mean? He uses Villager to play against EO's Wii Fit Trainer. So truly just a mid-off of the ages here with two extremely middling, at best, characters here in Smash Ultimate. But TFJ getting a dominant 3-0 victory over EO's Wii Fit Trainer. By the way, this is the same Wii Fit Trainer that beat TFJ just 2 weeks ago at Bronx Barrel Blast number 7 in Grand Finals. And so TFJ, coming hot off of this, losers final victory, decides to go Palutena for the Grand Finals matchup against Menchu. And he 3-0s Menchu in the first set of Grand Finals.
Yeah. And a dominant 3. I mean, there's such thing as a close 3-0 and a not close 3-0, but it was not even a close 3-0.
It was not even remotely close. It looked like it was just all TFJ that first set. And it was looking like TFJ was going to take his first tournament of the semester. And listen, Menchu, for as great of a player as he is, has consistently played very highly at these Mercer County events. He has never won a formal tournament bracket before. He's won like fests and like redemption brackets, but he's never won a full like tournament before. So, being on the winner's side of Grand Finals, being this close to victory, and getting 3-0'd in the first set in dominant fashion by TFJ's Palutena, which again, Palutena Dr. Mario, terrible matchup. Dude, it's like -3, bro. It's terrible.
-3. And also you have to consider, like, Menchu was so nervous at the start of the match. More nervous than I've ever seen Menchu in my entire life.
Yeah, there was real pressure on him to succeed, and it seemed like things were going to fall apart, and TFJ was going to take his first tournament of the semester. You know what I mean? Menchu's time to shine, we have to wait another day. But, man, take me through this Grand Finals reset.
Oh, that reset. Well, after that dominant 3-0, I think Menchu, it was really just kind of sudden. All of a sudden, you just kind of locked in and
turned it on, because TFJ won Game 1. Again, pretty convincingly. But something switched in Game 2. And all of a sudden, Menchu, he's getting all these combos off. He's really getting a lot of different mix-ups with his neutral game plan, switching between, approaching with a pill, just approaching straight up, maneuvering around Palu's different attacks, and he was able to take Game 2, but, Game 3 comes around, TFJ comes roaring back, and now all of a sudden he's up 2-1. Menchu is one loss away from, kind of fumbling the biggest opportunity of his career to win a tournament.
But then once again, Menchu evens it up. We're at 2-2.
Yeah.
And so this is Game 5. It's winner takes it all here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess he didn't like how that last game went. For some reason or another, TFJ pulls out
the Villager.
And we were...
TFJ banks it all. Puts the table, puts the whole house.
He puts it all on red.
Puts the whole mortgage on red.
Put it all on Nelson coin.
He put...
We'll get to Nelson.
He put his life insurance on $ Nelson.
Now he plays.
We kept talking about Nelson coin during the
TFJ plays Villager. Yeah, okay, so
TFJ plays Villager Game 5.
To keep the suspense hanging in the air. Meanwhile, while this legendary Grand Finals is going on comms, we're talking about a new meme coin that does not exist, but that exists
in our hearts.
Called $ Nelson, named after the writer, president, Nelson quotation marks Pancho Rivera. Telling people to invest in $ Nelson. It only goes up. Buy low because it's going to get high.
It's me. And this is, by the way, the commentary crowd is huge.
Oh, yeah.
Me and Owen couldn't make it for the whole thing, but we were there for part of it. We were there for the first set, and then we had to drive back home.
Yeah.
To get ready for our post bracket dinner, which we may or may not get into.
We may get into it.
But it's me, Owen, Meebo, Poncho, Asa Julian, and Ryder Tempo. We're all on the mic, and we're all talking about guys.
$Nelson.
$Nelson is going to the gosh darn stratosphere.
But meanwhile, all
Trust.
the while, hey,
you need to invest now. Anyways,
Nelson coin was going up higher than TFJ's percent during that grand final.
True. But listen, man, let's not get too off guard, man. TFJ goes Villager in Game 5 of Grand Finals.
That's right. Oh. We were in the car. You told me that it was the throw of a lifetime.
Yeah, I was pretty dumb. And listen, the Villager did very well against EO's Wii Fit Trainer, but you go from such a clearly winning matchup in Palutena versus Dr. Mario.
Yeah.
And then you switch to Villager. It's like it's a huge risk to take in Game 5 of Grand Finals, especially when your Palutena has already won 5 games total against.
Yeah.
Menchu's Dr. Mario. I mean, Game 4 was a pretty solid win for Menchu, but it was not like a blowout, you know?
Yeah,
and
definitely.
So this was a huge risk to take, and yeah, I mean, Game 5, Final Destination.
2 stock, I believe, last hit.
Menchu.
TFJ, I think, loses to a Dr. Mario down B.
And Menchu takes it home, his first ever tournament win. Truly like a landmark moment for the Mercer County Smash community.
Oh, yeah.
So,
huge.
You know, we were all celebrating his victory. It was a huge moment. I know he tweeted out, "Thank you for believing in me."
He did. And we all responded with, "We need to ban cargo throw." Because he'd been saying that, he's been laughing to himself about that all night, about how, like, at a Melee event, the crowd was cheering, "We need to ban cargo throw." So in honor of Menchu, we all responded, "We need to ban cargo throw."
Listen, and I filmed a special video for Menchu congratulating him.
5 big booms.
Do you want to give another 5 big booms live on there?
Boom!
Wait. From the top.
Okay.
3, 2,
Me.
1. Boom! 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 Congratulations to Menchu on winning your first big tournament here at Mercer County, winning Bronx Barrel Blast number 8. And man, that was quite a fun tournament.
It was such a show.
And then after bracket, we couldn't head to Applebee's for the post-bracket dinner because Applebee's was packed on Valentine's Day.
EO said, we were talking to him, he said, "I'm not going to Applebee's. It's going to be packed." The way I imagined it, like a South American street festival during Mardi Gras. That's the way he was making it sound. And we're like, "EO, who's taking their date to Applebee's on Valentine's Day?" And sure enough,
in the big
line is spilling into the
2025
parking lot.
Yeah, no, the line went all the way to the parking lot. It was like terrifying.
So
and
instead,
we ended up having to audible. And do you want to tell the people where you wanted us to go?
Hey, no. Okay, it was Sentinel's idea.
This is the other thing that we were arguing about.
It was Sentinel's idea, but I endorsed it because I thought it would be really funny. We went to Hooters, guys.
Honestly, the food wasn't. It was pretty good.
It was pretty good.
The fried pickles were really nice, and yeah, no, it was. The whole time I'm like, why are we here? But honestly, like it was pretty decent. So
the wings were unnecessarily good.
Yeah, but that Hooters is closing down in like 2-3 weeks.
It's going, yeah.
So I believe on February 22nd, that the Hooters in Lawrenceville is having a sort of going away party.
Yes.
So if you're in the area on, I believe, Saturday the 22nd, feel free to tap in and I guess go to that celebration of the establishment.
Oh, 100%.
I'm not going,
Yeah, I'm not going either.
but like
I don't
if
know why
you
you said that. I
if
will
someone on the
not be
radio wants to
celebrating.
go, I mean, listen, they have good boneless wings. So.
They do have good boneless wings. If you want to celebrate the contribution of Hooters to
Society.
society, the 22nd, baby.
Yep.
Anyhow, that was that night, and so I'm just curious because some players, when they have like a big win, what happens is they tend to get nervous and they tend to not do as well at other events. We might have seen that with Spargo at Genesis, but we'll get into that later because we got about a couple minutes in this segment.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you think Menchu's trajectory from here is? Because I honestly don't know. I think Menchu has the like mindset. I don't think he's super attached to his success in this game.
Mm-hmm.
But I think like because he was so happy about that win, there's always the danger of that, I think.
Yeah.
Getting a little too attached to winning.
Yeah, for sure. But listen, it's only up from here. Menchu today, he won. I mean, a few days ago, he won Bronx Barrel Blast number 8. A year from now, Genesis X3.
All Dr. Mario.
Menchiezy.
That's Menchiezy. Like
Menchu the
Marvisi, but
goat.
he's Menchu.
Yep. He is going to win. No, but in all seriousness, Mark is always a really good player. I think even when he plays worse than expected, he always, ends up making good runs. He's really good at just being the person in front of him.
Oh, you think
Where
so?
it's
Like not like losing to like getting below his seed.
Yeah, he always he doesn't get upset very often, both, literally and then upset in terms of losing to a person projected lower than him.
Definitely. And that's because, I think it's the punish game. His punish game is just consistent.
Yeah, for sure. When he's able to get those confirms off of Dr. Mario, he's really a threat. So, I mean, listen, he's had the flexibility this semester to pop out to these various tournaments. I'm hoping that he pops out to some more, and if he does, I have no doubts that he'll be able to, find a lot of success.
And that is such a beautiful way to end this segment. Shout out again to Menchu. Thank you so much for the games. And coming up, we're going to get into, what is this? South Jersey DK player Noodl goes to Puerto Rico. We also have Icebox Battles, brand new SJ Local. That's going to be happening as of the date of recording, Sunday, February 16th, which we'll get into. And then finally, we have Genesis Top 8. And we will get into that shortly. Thank you so much for listening. I'm going to play something, and we'll be right back. What's going on, everybody? I hope you're enjoying the show. Real quick, before we get back into it, I'd like to read you our event calendar so you can stay updated on what events are going on in the area. And coming up on Wednesday, we have Smash the Glass, February 19th. That will be at local host, Rowan University. The venue opens at 4 p.m., singles will start at 6:30, and frequent attendees include SJPR members. So, for anyone seeking SJPR, I know EO, that is you. That is Smash the Glass at local host Rowan University. We also have at the same place, Rowan University, on Friday, Are You Smashin'? That's going to be another event that a lot of SJPR players show up to. Very good for the stat sheet. The venue opens at 3 p.m. and Ultimate Singles will start at 6. And then the same day at the College of New Jersey, our home turf, we have F-Troop number 2. Doors for that will open at 4:30 p.m. Street Fighter 6 will start at 5:30, and Ultimate Singles will start at 6:30. That's at the College of New Jersey in the business building, the big lecture hall on the left if you enter from the side facing Bliss Hall. And then finally, on Monday at 1527 Rahway and J will be Fusion. That will be at 6 p.m. for doors, and then Smash Ultimate Singles will start at 7. And those are the main events going on for now. Thank you so much for listening, and let's get back into discussion. Welcome back to the weekly Smash Wrap, everybody. And we just got through talking about the Legendary Rider event, which Menchu just won. And now we've got a couple interesting local happenings, and finally, Genesis X2. We've got a controversial top 8, which we'll get into. But first, what I'd like to touch on is the interesting run of local beloved SJDK player Noodl. He's been shouted out by Tweak. He's got a personal turn down for Walt video. Noodl is for those who don't know, is an absolutely insane DK. I don't know how well you know Noodle, but I've played him at Are You Smashin'?
Mm-hmm.
He goes to so many different events. He's just like a really stable and supportive member of the community, and he's extremely good at DK.
Yeah, no, Noodle is one of the best players really in South Jersey history when it comes to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. He is the Donkey Kong savant, has, done things with DK that we have only seen out of like the all-time great Donkey Kong players in this game. And on top of that, he's one of the most chill and friendly players in the entire community. So I really don't think there's a single soul in the world that doesn't love Noodle and what he does for the Super Smash Bros. Community.
And to zero in on that DK too, not only is it like a very good DK, it's also, from what I've heard, a very like pioneering DK too.
Yes.
He has a very unique playing style with DK.
Because he's really the type to make something out of nothing. You know what I mean?
For sure. He's always ready with the clip.
Yeah.
His clips are crazy if you've watched Noodle moments on YouTube.
But listen, man. Noodle, for as beloved as he is, did just go to war with an entire nation.
Just destroying South Jersey wasn't enough. He was hungry for dominion. So he went to Puerto Rico specifically. No, I don't know why he went to Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
but for some reason he was there. He tweeted not too long ago, "Hey, are there any brackets going on in Puerto Rico?" And then one day, Little Mac Main hosted a Twitch stream. "Hey, we're gonna watch Noodle do this Puerto Rico bracket."
That is not what he tweeted. That is not the verbiage that he used.
The real verbiage was, "We're gonna watch Noodle beat Puerto Ricans."
In Smash Bros.
In Smash Bros.
In Super Smash Bros. Okay, but listen, Noodle, he was at Puerto Rico and he went to Don't Dip Your Controller number 44, right. A local tournament down in Puerto Rico, I believe, is specifically in Mayagüez. If I think I pronounced it incorrectly, but nevertheless, this is a pretty decently stacked tournament. You have some of the best Puerto Rican players, at least in the local scene, popping out to this, I believe, 14-person event. And Noodle completely dominated. Yeah. And when I say completely dominated, let me show you guys this run. Winners top 16. He beats Ramza 30 3-0. That's a Nest player, all right? Nest DK, not historically a great Donkey Kong matchup, if I'm not mistaken.
It doesn't seem like it to me. The edge guarding, the range.
In winners semifinals, he defeats Ryu player Choki Yukin 3-0. Again, that is the number 3 seed. And for reference, Noodle was the number 2 seed. And then winners finals, he goes up against Tama, the number 1 seed above Noodle. He plays Palutena and Byleth.
Easily both terrible for DK.
Yeah, 2 of Donkey Kong's worst matchups in the entire game. And you know what happened?
I think you got it. Would you like to say what happened?
He beat him 3-0 in winners finals. And then he beat him again 3-0 in grand finals. Noodle goes 12-0 in games at Don't Dip Your Controller number 44 and wins in absolute dominant fashion in a way that really sparked a lot of conversation in South Jersey.
That's just New Jersey being New Jersey, man.
Yep.
Jersey number 1. Nah.
Exactly. I mean, we saw Justin Byleth taking over France last week. This week, we're taking over Puerto Rico.
We're setting up franchises.
That's a crazy way of putting it, but it's awesome seeing the international connection coming through for New Jersey. And, I mean, this kind of goes to show Noodle is such an incredible player. And no matter what character you play, you got to fear the DKBK himself.
It's just so interesting. Just like sometimes when you see, because you can feel bad if you're a New Jersey player. You're going to lose a lot if you play Smash in New Jersey.
I would know, trust me.
Oh, me too. My win rate hovers just around 50%. But like when you see New Jersey players go to these international events and just absolutely clean up, it gives you a moment to pause and realize, yeah, it's okay. I'm playing in maybe the best region in the world.
You're not alone. It's okay. But listen, Noodle should presumably be coming back to
I
New
think he's
Jersey
registered for,
pretty
and this might be a
soon.
good segue. He's registered for Icebox Battles.
Is he?
He is.
Oh, yeah, he is. He's playing tonight, February 16th, 2025, in Haddon Township. Icebox Battles is the monthly tournament being hosted by the legendary Xavier TCNJ GOAT.
Oh,
And
yes.
it is bringing really the best out of South Jersey together. So you want to go over this bracket and who the best players are here?
I would be so happy to. So, as we know, Xavier is currently, I think, the head TO at TCNJ. Ever since Malevolent
Yes.
Motion, the Kazuya player, stepped back from the game, Xavier's taken over to TO, and he's done a very good job at it. He's very good at his job. I've never seen a TCNJ event run anything less than smoothly.
Mm-hmm.
And all the more impressive considering he's doing a side event, a main
Yep.
bracket, and a Street Fighter bracket is happening concurrently.
Yep.
And so many of his players are wrapped up in that too. But it always goes off without a hitch. And from what I gather, seeing how involved he is with Smash, he loves it. But as we were talking about a little bit last episode, there's always a problem you run into doing Smash in college, and that is once you get a big boy job, it's hard to stay involved with Smash.
Yeah.
And one thing I thought was interesting is that by being the pillar that Xavier is, and by starting a new monthly, that might afford him opportunities if he wants to make Smash more of an investment in his life. Because for one thing, like by running such a what is looking to be a well-known event with like 27 players, he's going to get a lot of community support, I think, from different players who want to help him keep it running. That's definitely a good source of stability. And then also, who knows, with an event of that notoriety, maybe there are even opportunities to monetize it, like actually make something from it.
Yeah, for sure. And so as a result, we have this big South Jersey tournament here, the first of its series. Icebox Battles is bringing together some of the best players in South Jersey Smash Ultimate history. We have A9, Snogi, Noodle, as we talked about earlier.
Oh, yes.
Sauce, Houdini, Vince, obviously Xavier himself, as well as other up-and-comers.
Did you say Wheezy?
Yeah, Wheezy is also there. It's crazy that Wheezy is only a top 16 seed after such a long legacy, but that goes to show how much South Jersey has improved over the past 2 years, in my opinion. And then you also have up-and-comers like Hamburrito and Little Mac Main as well. Listen, I mean, A9 is kind of the betting odds favorite. He's kind of
for sure.
he's probably minus 100 on the DraftKings.
He won the last RE Smashing, and for those who don't know, he was the top of SJPR 2 times in a row, which is I don't think anybody else has ever done that besides Vince.
And also has made it onto New Jersey's power rankings 2 seasons in a row as well, which is pretty great territory for a South Jersey player because South Jersey traditionally does not get a lot of love in terms of the New Jersey power rankings. So he's definitely the favorite to win, but I mean, I guess outside A9
is the token SJ player.
I mean, yeah. That's how a lot of people feel. People were saying that A9 was a DEI inclusion.
Oh my god!
On New Jersey Power Rankings, but
Gotta,
no, he's actually incredibly good, and he will destroy you at Smash
for
Ultimate.
sure.
He will destroy me. He will destroy you.
Destroy your family.
At Smash Ultimate.
Smash.
But other than him, who do you think could potentially take this tournament?
I'm thinking. I know Vince hates Steve, so I don't know about that. I'm thinking I think Noodle does good against Steve.
Yeah, Noodle definitely has a decent chance. I mean, coming off of that dominant win in Puerto Rico definitely helps his case. And he has a 38% win rate against A9, but he does have some recent wins against him, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, he did get a win against him at Smash the Glass number 48, which was back in mid-December. So him getting wins against A9 is not out of the picture. I think Snogi could also potentially take it if the cards play right. But hear me out. What if the TO of this tournament, Xavier, comes through and wins his own cup?
That's an interesting question. I mean, right now he is number 25 in New Jersey, I believe.
Yeah, somewhere around that mark.
But in South Jersey, do you know where he was on the SJPR, if he was even on SJPR?
He didn't qualify last season, I believe, but he has peaked at, I believe, at number 2 on the PR. He is one of the best South Jersey players in the game's history.
I'm curious what his set record against A9 is, Xavier. Is it good? Pulling it up on the Smashers app here.
I mean, it's kind of gone back and forth. I mean, they're 10. I mean, A9 is 10-12 against Xavier, so Xavier has the upper hand. But A9 did beat Xavier most recently, getting a 3-0 victory at Super Hops and Hits, which was actually yesterday.
Oh, that's not great confidence going into this, but
yeah, but nevertheless, I mean, Xavier still has the set advantage overall. And I mean, he also has A9 also has a losing record against Snogi. So even though A9 did recently defeat Snogi at Queen twice, I really feel like this can go a lot of different ways.
I can see it. He is seeded to lose to Vince, but I think that would be. I can't see that being anything but close, even if he did lose.
Yeah.
I think. Well, but then again, I don't know if Vince still plays Roy, right?
I think so.
Because Xavier, it might just be Shineburst, but Xavier's Mario has lost to Shineburst Roy quite a lot. I think he might have a bit of a Roy problem. He does not like Roy.
Yeah, he does not like Roy. He really hates Roy, which is fair.
But he is, let's see, what else is he? Where is he projected to get into losers? That's what I'm looking at.
From what I'm seeing here, he's projected to lose to Houdini.
Oh, mine says Snogi.
Oops. Oh,
Either way,
I'm gonna have to reload.
Oh, Snogi Fox, yeah. That might be. What's interesting, like, I feel like Xavier doesn't do as good against characters who
Oh, yeah,
are,
the
like,
bracket
archetype.
did change. Yeah, my bad.
But, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because he doesn't like, I think what he really likes for some reason, like, I think he likes playing, like, slower sorties.
Mm-hmm.
I think he loves, like, projectile characters, too, because Mario deals with that so well. And for some reason, he's just really good at dealing with it, too, just as a player. I don't think he likes characters who play the same as his characters.
Mm-hmm. Listen, Xavier is 4-9 against Snogi, and I believe 8-16 against Vince. But Xavier did recently get 2 straight wins against Snogi, and in the last 4 sets, Xavier and Vince are 2-2. So
he's been getting better at it then.
All of these sets can really go either way. There is a very small skill gap in terms of the top of South Jersey's power rankings, which is why this tournament is so interesting.
Definitely.
But yeah,
this will be huge. This will be so big for PR.
Mm-hmm. It will be massive. And wrapping things up, I think if you want to talk about something else that is massive,
Genesis.
We got the Super Bowl of Smash tournaments, man. We got Genesis X2, and we got this interesting top 8 for Smash Ultimate. In winner semifinals, we have T versus Hurt, and then we also have Akala versus Luigi. How do you feel about this winners semifinals matchups?
I'm gonna be perfectly honest. It's not going to be that fun to watch.
It's kind of lame. No, this is tough.
I mean, listen, Tweak in top 8, SJ player, one of the best in the world.
Yeah.
It's so exciting. I love watching Tweak.
Zomba versus Mia.
I personally don't hate Zomba's Rob. I'm okay with Zomba being in top 8.
But no, this is tough. Obviously, it's very awesome if you're a Japan fan, seeing 5 Japanese players in the top 8 of Genesis. There's a very real chance we see a Japanese grand finals. We have like Akala versus Hurt maybe in grand finals, or Akala versus T.
What are your thoughts on Luigi taking it?
Well, listen, on Friday, I actually told you my prediction. My bold prediction was that I thought that Luigi had the best chance of any like lower seeded player to make top 8. And what did you know? As a Luigi player, he goes up against 2 Fox players and a Wario. I saw Phantom. I saw Phantom tweet out that, and Luigi, he's a British player, and by the way, Luigi, incredibly talented, one of the best players in Europe. Period. And I've been a big fan of the Luigi, at least in terms of like his performances and stuff, and what he's been able to accomplish. But Phantom, I remember I saw Phantom tweet out that going through customs was the most difficult part of Luigi's Genesis run. I'll say that's kind of facts.
Hey, Luigi did something that MK Leo could not.
Make the tournament. He got on that plane. Listen, I have jokes in the chamber, but I'm gonna say them off air. But if you know, you know. But Luigi, it's gonna be interesting to see how he does. I mean, honestly, going up into Akala,
That's
excuse
gonna be an
me.
interesting matchup. That's gonna be so volatile. It's
Yeah,
like whoever
it's
gets the first hit.
basically. I feel like there's a pathway to Luigi winning this whole
That's what I'm
thing.
saying. Like,
Because if you get Akala into like maybe like T or like honestly like T versus T or Hurt, both of those matchups are doable for Luigi. And then honestly like Akala, I mean he plays a lot against Luigi players in Japan, but Luigi's a different beast. And it's also like one of the better matchups. Luigi is one of the better characters into Steve in the game because there's always that X factor of the 0 to death. So
oh yeah, oh yeah.
we'll see what happens. Listen, I'm not very thrilled about this top 8, if I'm being completely honest, but there still are some very interesting storylines heading into this
sure.
top 8.
For one thing, Zamba's going for the two-peat.
Yeah, the back to
Zamba
back.
won the last one, and after that, Genesis. One thing we noticed is that Zamba started performing slightly less well. I even threw him some shade in the first episode. I said he fell off.
I remember that.
But to see him come back at this Genesis X2, I mean NJ player. Shout out Zamba. It's nice seeing him do well again.
He's from Long Island.
Oh wait, he's not from NJ.
Yeah.
He went to
Staten
King. He went to
Island?
King one time, so I guess I assumed he was from NJ.
I don't know if he's from Long Island or Staten Island, but
Wow.
regardless, he's from New York. But we still claim him. He's tri-state, all right?
Yeah, he's tri-state.
And so is Tweak, who does not really go to any South Jersey tournaments, but he is from South Jersey.
I saw him at Sector X one day.
You did.
I
You
was
did
there,
see him.
but that's the only South Jersey tournament he's going to go to for a long, long while. So,
And then you also have Shuton and Mia as well. Listen, me and JD Sentinel were talking about how we're not crazy about the current meta of Smash Ultimate from a competitor's perspective, and also I was kind of arguing like as a spectator, it's also been kind of difficult lately. But I mean, there still is a lot of talent to go by. And it's not like, and someone brought up to me like, oh, like, is it just because there's a bunch of Japanese players in top 8?
No.
And I want to make it clear that like Japan has a lot of extremely exciting players. I kind of often look back at specifically Sumobato SB48, which was one of the most exciting majors that I've seen in honestly a very long time. You had the Inkling player, Shirayuki, who got second place. You had Karage.
Japan's crazy.
Yeah, you had Karage, the Captain Falcon player, getting third. You had the return of Kome after a long kind of dormant period for him. I mean, there's a lot of excitement still to be had in Smash Ultimate. But yeah.
And that's going to do it for this segment. Thank you so much, Casey. I hope you guys enjoy Genesis, however it turns out. Thank you so much for listening, and open your mind. Thank you so much.